Hey guys, how's it going? So last where I left off was I got through this whole area and I died a lot to Radahn, Consort Radahn, so I'm gonna get back into it and start fighting him and see how far I get or potentially beat him, which is the main goal. So once I'm just gonna cut no more talking, just get right into it now. Alright. Let me just quickly make sure my live stream is on. Okay. Is it working? Hello? Okay, yeah, it's working. And alright, let's continue. I might keep my mic mute a few times, but we'll see how it goes. Hey, how's it going, Chilled? Yeah, I didn't beat him last time, but hopefully I do this time. I've changed up a bit of my stuff and we'll see how it goes.
Thousand-year voyage guided by compassion.
I forgot about this. Actually, you know what I really needed to check out? Okay, keep... Oh. I did not know I could apply cold and use Craigblade. That's one of the things I wanted to try. Alright, here goes. Okay, that's a lot better than what I thought before. The cold infused spike fists were always my favorite. Yeah, I thought about using the fists, but this is a colossal weapon only playthrough. Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay, forget Giant's Hunt. I think the Craigblade is the way to go with this right now. Yeah, so close. This is like the fourth or fifth time I've been this close to getting him. I should be eating this more, in my opinion. And enhances attacks executed after rolling or backstepping. I'll just keep it the same. Yeah, I have to say, this is probably the hardest boss in this whole entire game, in my opinion. Oh my god, I clicked on the wrong flask. Yeah, even though this is like an alternative version of Radahn, I can't imagine like how he would have fought in his prime original body, because his original body was way bigger. And like this is like just another version of him, like a weakened state, it seems like. Yeah, I thought I'd reset. I don't know what happened. I think the trouble I'm having is like, I think I should get my Cragblade up as soon as possible, maybe. Drink and get my Cragblade. Yeah? Okay. I think the problem is, there's so many things I need to reapply after that. Becomes kind of... I just gotta find the right time, that's the thing, right? I could use my physique, but I want to save it for the second phase. Okay. I don't know how that hit me. I started running right away. Just kill me. Come on, man. Maybe I'll try that attack instead. Oh my god. Is there an item that applies Craigblade to my weapon? I'm kind of curious about that.
Voyage guided by compassion.
Ah. Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Just a bit. What? Oh, come on, man. What the hell's that? So, one of the other combos I'm having trouble with right now is when he attacks me with both his swords at the same time. Like, there's kind of a delay to it that I need to get used to. Also, I should use my heavy attack more. That attack. See, I'm having trouble with that. The Claw Talisman and Two-Handed. Enhances jump attacks. Yeah, this was my go-to. You know what? Let's take this. Let's see what happens.
I promise you, 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
How are jump attacks against him? Because I feel like it wouldn't be as effective, it seems. Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like piercing damage is the best against him right now. Unless you use one of those ridiculous builds.
compassion.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god, I did it. Holy shit, my heart was pounding right now. And I only had one flask left. Okay, I better not touch that. That's something else. Okay, let's rest a bit right now. Whew. Wow. Yo, thank you, man. That was insane. So I did it with 18 skidoo fragments and my level being 200, which is pretty good. Wow, that's amazing. Holy shit. Let's read this right now. Inventory. Remembrance of Radahn, consort of Miquella, hewn into the skidoo tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. In their childhood, Miquella saw in Radahn a lord, his strength, and his kindness, that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves. And so, Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. Okay. So Miquella saw Radahn as kids, when they were kids, a lord like any other demigod, but probably saw some potential in him mostly. And I mean, if you read up on Radahn's other great rune, talks about he had a horse, Leonard, so did Miquella gift him to Radahn? Now that's an interesting question too, if there's any answer to that. His kindness that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves. Well, we know Miquella's afflicted self. I don't know about Radahn. So Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. Mind you, this is as when they were kids too, so Radahn probably, as a kid, obviously, like you say, maybe, yeah, sure, or he probably didn't say anything at all. Who knows? Before Yolier? No. He's gone? Oh no. You know, regardless of this NPC's differences with our character back here, with Saint Trina, he ended up forgiving us and stayed by our side through this fight. I know I could have chosen for this fight, but oh man, that's unfortunate. The Owlier's Hidden Needle, the Owlier's Mask, Garb. Alright, let's read up on it. Concealed weapon used by Thiolier, of a design generally favored by poison wielders for dark and subtle purposes. Like Saint Trina, who blossomed in the deep purple garden, a rich poison is secreted from within, which sends its victims into an eternal sleep. Okay. And it's a dex weapon. Also, we have all the potions, which is pretty cool. I'm surprised there's no Scarlet Rot version. Okay, let's read up on his mask. Mask upon which is carved a tranquil sleeping face. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as Saint Trina's, increasing arcane. Okay, boosts arcane by 3. Just once, Thiolier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. The dark attire of those who wield poison in secret. Silver-haired is arranged. Additionally, countless needles are sewn into the exterior, apparently for talismanic effect. Okay, so this increases arcane too. So it'd bump it up by 5. Dark gloves of those who wield poison in secret, ever scorned and loathed. Okay. So... okay, we're gonna keep this on. And... before we click on that orb... I thought this was the area in the trailer, but I was completely wrong. It's this. Let's check all the NPCs before we... technically there's no one really left. So let's check on the grandma and see what happens. Then we'll check on Saint Trina, because we killed Miquella. So... okay, so she's still sleeping. So I'm assuming... it's the same... oh no, she's gone. Oh... well, this is bound to happen. mean, her hair's still moving. But I think she's done. You know, like, Elden Ring, like, we jump into this with the events already happened and stuff, and at the same time, it kind of sucks, because you want to be at the moment of everything happening. But also, it's kind of good that you aren't. You're just put into a place where half of everything that's already happened is done, and you can't do anything about it. Saint Trina's Blossom. Was it a key item? Oh. Headpiece. Oh. Increases my FP. Saint Trina's life withered and fell, as fleeting as the seasons. At her last, she left a single water lily. Slightly boosts max FP. Despite the velvety purple hue, the flower is in no way poisonous. It merely blooms in quietude. Oh. Well, that sucks. Wait, where's my hell? There it is. Yeah, so she's gone. I'm assuming she's gonna be gone too. Alright, let's see what happens now. And you know what's crazy? You know when they do the big hug for you and Miquella says that line? It's almost as if Ranni is saying it. But at the end he says compassion, right? And Ranni says the quiet night. Or something like in the starry skies. Something along those lines. It's been a while. Alright. See what happens.
Lord brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
Circlet of light. Okay. Whoa. So we get some confirmation. So as kids, Miquella proposed that option to him, but I don't think Radahn agreed to it or said anything about it. Like, great. Here, in their childhood, Miquella saw Radahn, a lord, a strength, kindness that stood stark in contrast with their afflicted selves. What does it mean by this, you think? Afflicted selves. That Miquella can't grow at all, and Radahn ended up becoming a giant almost? Or like this could mean like a wide variety of things right now. And so Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. And in that memory, he probably said it to him or made that wish. But we didn't really get a response from Radahn at all. Interesting. Okay, let's see. The circlet of light which adorned Miquella's head as he returned in divine aspect, it has begun to fade into nothingness, slightly boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane, while also boosting the power of Miquella's light. This circle was to be the very foundation upon which Miquella's age of compassion would be built, should it have ever come to pass. Okay, so I'm assuming this is another potential ending. Yeah, it seems like another potential ending. Okay. So yeah, I guess the DLC is done. I mean, the only thing I have left right now is killing a couple of golems, the flame golems, and getting the rest of the Skidoo fragments. Oh, it doesn't add any other ending. Huh, that's interesting. Because, you know, you'd kind of assume that it might. Okay. Let's go to the finger reader. There we go. I want to try out Radahn's new weapons. Oh? Hold on. For some reason my game just closed. Huh. No idea why that happened. What the fuck? Okay. Never seen that happen before. Lost all my souls. Yeah, very. Where the hell did I lose them? Let's see if it's on the map. Okay, that was stupid. Oh wow, there's 3 items. Let's get the armor set. Why is this one so much better than this right now? Oh, it has the horns on it too. Young lion. So this must have been Radahn when he was like a teenager or something. Alright, let's read up on it. The golden helm worn by Radahn in his younger years, proudly displaying his heroic red hair, it is fitting attire for a lion. When Melania, blade of Miquella, let the wrought flower blossom in Ionia, Radahn heard a murmur in his ear. Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort. Hold on, let's read the rest. Okay. So with all the context that we have right now, it's safe to assume Radahn had no intention of making Miquella his consort at all. Because he went to he went to that place. Well, he agreed to fight Melania there, but he had no intention of making Miquella his consort. This is like something they made up as when they were kids. And Radahn grew up and he's like, no, this is not what's gonna happen. Or he probably never agreed to it to begin with. So Miquella probably told Melania to use the rot flower blossom to fuck up his head. That's why he's like in like constant berserk mode when we fought him originally. And with his mind gone, all that needed to happen now was have someone kill him. Yeah. Which was us. And since his body's gone now, we basically gave Miquella a path forward. So if you think about it, like Radahn was doing a lot of shit. He was holding everything back in this whole game, if you think about it right now. He was stopping Ronnie. He was stopping Raya Lucaria. Like every other boss was stuck in a pause mode because Radahn was like that. And with his mind gone, there was no way to like make him move forward. And same with Miquella, right? He was stuck too because he had to have his body, right? But his body was still going even though he was brainless, right? So he was probably waiting for the day to have someone like a Tarnished come up and defeat him. So that's insane. Wow. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, what the hell? This is weaker than... I'll admit, the main looks pretty cool. I wonder if I can customize it. Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't think... a god can be enchanted like that or normally. And there was no way to enchant Radahn like that. Mohg did it out of his own willingness because I think he genuinely liked Miquella. So that's really unfortunate for him too, right? Okay, you can't alter it, so that sucks. Before we do anything else or teleport, let's see what the bell bearing gets us. Okay, so he sells as many of these. I've technically bought everything from him. I feel like they should make it so, the devs should make it so that you could buy an infinite amount of these ones. Because people normally farm souls just to get crafting items to make them, right? And bring it into PvP, so it's kind of weird that they added a limited amount of crafting materials to buy. It makes it more inconvenient for the players, right? And by the way, like, I'm assuming if you're on like other PC players, they probably play mods or glitches to get infinite amount of materials. All right. Let's see what happens if we teleport. Okay. I didn't die in the void, well that's good. So I think she's just gonna sleep in forever indefinitely now. So this was the only place I know of for that duplication. Do you know any other places that might have it? Maybe here? I don't know if it'll work on the DLC ones. Let's see if it'll work on DLC ones. Okay. There's gotta be one around somewhere. I want to be able to get all the spells from Radahn's Greater Rune. Maybe here? Hmm. You know what? Since I beat the game, I might as well look it up. Okay, there's one by the finger reader place. Not finger reader. Right here, I think. I want to try all the weapons real quick. Gotta get up early for work. Alright, yo, thank you so much for stopping by, man. I appreciate it so much. And thank you again. And hopefully you come back and see me play Elden Ring Night Rain, because that'll be my first time. I'll be playing Night Rain, I'll be playing Monster Hunter Wilds, and a couple of other games, because I need to do a lot of catch up on those games as well too. So thank you so much for stopping by and coming to my streams as much as possible. And good night. Alright, hopefully I don't disappear like that. Or go into the void. Okay. I'm gonna quickly try out the weapons, then... Awesome, man. Thank you. 24 dex? Okay, I'll respec just for this weapon. Actually, let's read up on this real quick. Greatswords of black steel wielded by Radahn in his youth. A pair of weapons decorated with lion's mane motif. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars. Swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Unique skill promised Consort. Imbue the two greatswords with light of Miquella, then deliver a slashing attack accompanied by column of light. Additional input allows for up to 2 follow-up attacks. Okay, let's see this one. Black steel, light speed slash, assuming luminous form and leap forward to deliver downward slash at the speed of light. This attack will be followed up by an additional light attacks, charged to increase power of the skill and number of follow-up attacks. Okay. Oh, this is the massive explosion that he always does in the fight. Strength of Miquella upon his deific return, wielded as an incantation, annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Miquella sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. Oh, that's me. Sorry, I'm already married to Rani, so there was no way that was gonna happen. No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. 72 faith. Yeah, I'm gonna remove skills from arcane and put it into dexterity. So let's go here and respec. By the way, if you guys are curious, I'll be playing Elden Ring Night Rain, and so if you guys are down to do co-op, I'll be down to do co-op with you guys. I'll be playing on PC, and the other game is Monster Hunter Wilds. I haven't played it in over roughly a year almost, so there's a lot of content that I need to get. Okay, so my ruins are over there somewhere. Or... can I get them anyway? Guess not. Alright.
Ah, is it thy wish?
I have like 8 of these, or 8 or 10.
Into luck.
Since you weren't reborn with a new attribute, the royalty was not spent. Okay, that's good.
Be not, I would burn.
Okay, let me see my stats real quick. 60, 20, 35, 70. Okay.
Art thou now? Now, bear thee.
All right. I'll definitely do some PvP as well too. And yeah. Not maybe some PvP, or I'll probably do some co-op as well too. And see how that goes. Alright, let's try out the new weapons we got. We have like so many versions of it now. They're exactly the same. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's try out the other ones. Let's try it again. I mean, these aren't bad at all. Still like these ones the most. These ones are probably the best one. All right. I think I'm just gonna call it here. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys enjoyed this playthrough, I'll definitely make a playlist of the DLC on YouTube. Not sure when, but when I do go live, I'll probably do some co-op on this game for the DLC. And probably play some Elden Ring Night Rain. I haven't played that game yet. So if you guys have Night Rain, I can co-op with you guys. Join me. And the other game I'll be playing is Monster Hunter Wilds. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe, like the video, and see you guys next time. Peace.